Okay, it is 7 o'clock. I'd like to call this October 24th Rye Township Board of Supervisor meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks everyone for coming out this evening. Please join us in a moment of silence. Okay. Thank you. Is there any citizen participation at this time? This is for items that are on the agenda. Hearing none, we'll move on to approval of the minutes from the September 26th Board of Supervisor meeting. I didn't see any changes or any revisions needed. Anybody else? Yeah, good. Okay, motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Minutes are approved. Approval of the September 26th. Sorry. Yeah, so that was public hearing.
The meeting that we
They were both together.
Okay, so we both have, is that motion to, was your motion to approve both those minutes?
No.
Okay, all right.
No.
So the second, approval of minutes from September 26th. First one was a public hearing, second one, regular supervisor meeting. Thank you. Make a motion to approve those minutes. Do we have a second? Right, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. And then finally, the October 5th, 2023 budget workshop meeting minutes. Do we have any comments or notes to that? Otherwise, a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do we have a second? Brad, second. All in favor? Minutes are approved. Moving on to monthly municipal reports. So zoning code enforcement, I have here from Lenny Sizer, of Frederick Hubert Associates. No report for September.
Well, that's
Official?
the sewage.
Sewage, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Let me back up. Zoning code enforcement, that's the one, we don't have anything from that. Or do we? Oh, we did get one. Oh, okay.
I had to reject
Yeah.
some.
Okay.
But I don't have a bill.
There's no, I was just gonna say.
I don't have a bill, I just have a
Okay.
report. He said he was, on the road, when he sent it to me, he said, I'm on the road all day today. He's been very busy.
Yeah.
He told me he was, involved in that grant, was it Louisville or Landisburg? It got like $1.3 million for their sewer system upgrade or something. He was involved in that. So he's had some big projects lately, from what I'm gathering.
Okay. So let me slow down, back up. We're on item A, zoning code enforcement. So this is from Max Stoner, Lace Associates. 7 items. We don't have an invoice yet. This is dated October 20th, 2023.
That was as of Friday, yes.
Yeah, okay. And that'll be up here if anyone wishes to take a look at that. Now, moving on to sewage enforcement. So from Lenny Sizer, there is no report to report. That will also be out here, so therefore, no invoice. No need to approve those, the payment of those bills. Road report, Brad.
Yes, we finished mowing with all the township roads with the fall, and mowed grass at the building. We worked on Dick and Drive, cleaning up low hanging tree limbs there on Dick and Drive. We worked on the tractor mower quite a bit, had to replace a valve on that and get it working right. We cleaned up down trees on Pine Hill, County pulled us out. And we repaired several road signs that were damaged or stolen. And we emptied the trash over, we do the trash over to parks, both parks. And then cleaned ditches on Idle and Lamb Gap. And we had several trees down on North Gap that we had to take care of.
The old backhoe was in the garage
Yeah.
here being repaired, is that all done, or is that still, that's still on
We
the
got
back?
parts for that today. We got to put it back together. Get this thing in.
And the mower, you said you had to do work on that, how's that doing these days?
Well, last time we used it, it wasn't going too bad, but it still has its fits. The arm just breaks away. You can't control it, it just breaks away.
Just like that's a hydraulic issue.
Yeah, it's a hydraulic, but nobody seems to fix it. You can't
Proportioning
close to
valve?
something because when the arm goes away, whatever's down there, it's leaving, so.
We put a new proportioning valve on?
Yeah, we
That
put,
wasn't it?
well, we put a new valve on it, but it wasn't the one I told you, that SEC valve, it wasn't that. We didn't put that on, that'd be rather expensive.
Is that maybe what it is though?
It could be,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, thanks, Brad. Rec board report, Nancy.
Okay, we held our last event for the year, which was Halloween in the park. And unfortunately, it rained on the day we were to have it, so we had to use a rain date, which was the following date, and we couldn't do a haunted trail or a hayride because of, the wet conditions. But we still ended up with about 40 people in attendance, and everyone that came out had a good time, that's all I can say. And hopefully next year the weather will cooperate.
Is that everything? I didn't want to cut you off.
I'm sorry.
Is
what?
that everything? I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Emergency management report? Mike, do you have that?
Not really. It's probably the proper time to remind residents to use caution during their fall cleanup, burning their leaves and stuff like that. Just keep an eye on it, keep some water nearby. We've been doing pretty good the past couple of years, so it'll be all right.
Thank you, Mike. Daisy, financial treasurer's report, please.
General checking account begin with the balance September 1st of $208,159.50. Have receipts of $79,974.45. Expenditures of $77,073.05. Interest earned of $217.45. Leaving a balance October 1st in the general checking of $211,278.35. The checking account at Penny and Bank had only interest activity and had a balance of October 1st of $2,305.87. The American Rescue Plan funds, we have a little bit in a money market that had only interest activity and had a balance October 1st. $2,869.96. The general savings account at Bank of Landisburg had only interest activity and had a balance October 1st of $2,517.51. Liquid Fuels Fund had a balance, the general checking had, in the liquid fuels, the checking account had a balance of $793.53. The money market account at Bank of Landisburg had only interest activity and had a balance October 1st of $2,677.20. And you will see some activity in these accounts for the next report, because there's a check on this evening to pay for the 2023 road projects. That's all I have.
Thank you, Dave. Moving on to resolutions, so resolution 23-24, the ACH pension state aid deposit to PMRS.
Okay, once we receive that deposit, we have 30 days to transfer that to PMRS. And since we already paid for our MMO back in April of $18,574, I'm recommending that we send $10,000 to PMRS and keep the remainder in the general fund to reimburse it, which we are permitted to do that as long as we paid our MMO in full, and we have. And as long as your plan's not in any distress, and our plan is not. So that is my recommendation, and to do this by ACH through Mid-Penn. And that's what this resolution states.
Anybody have an issue with the $10,000? No, I don't. No? Okay. I'll make a motion to approve resolution 23-24 then. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 23-24 is approved. Thank you. Resolution 23-25, Penny and Bank Highway Aid CD transfer to checking and remainder to a no penalty certificate of deposit.
Yes, I had already done a resolution back in, I think it was September, so that I could transfer highway aid monies. But till they got the invoice to me, which I've never had a company that we owed them this amount take that long, but for whatever reason, we just got the invoice last week. And surprisingly, it was less than we intended, which is unusual in these days. So what I'm going to do is this kind of just amends that. I'm still transferring the money we have in the CD. It's an easy access CD. And I'm going to transfer the $121,746.10, which is the amount of the highway aid check for this evening. And the balance of that, approximately right now, we have about 125.5, something like that. It might be between 125.5 and 125.6,000. And so whatever is left on the day that I get up, there's approximately $3,900. So around $3,900, I'm going to take that and put it in the same type of account that it was in. It is an easy access municipal CD at 2%. So rather than leave it sit in our checking or in our savings, it's already there at Penny Inn, and they can give me a cashier's check exactly for that amount. And I will take that into and deposit into our the liquid fuels checking account to pay for that check that's on for tonight for approval, so we can pay New Enterprise. And that's what this documents, those transfers.
Okay, make a motion to approve resolution 23-25 unless someone has objection.
I don't,
Motion to.
I'll second.
Need a second. All in favor?
aye.
Resolution 23-25 is approved.
That way also, when the allocation comes in March, I can just, it's already, easy access, I'll just dump them all together, and then it can stay in the 2% for however you pay for the next year. That way you gain a little more interest, instead of sitting in the checking.
Thanks, Daisy.
Thank you.
New business, Cove Road Plowing Agreement.
Okay, this is the same thing as last year. You wanna look at that, it's the exact same document, all I did was change the dates. And I asked Brad to speak with
Is it still,
Mr.
yeah,
Raymond.
yeah. Is he still?
He does a good job.
Okay.
He does a good job.
It's the same thing, they don't plow before 3 inches of snow, because it's a dirt road.
New photos,
Yeah.
there's just two originals, so that we get one back, and has to provide, I have to get his, every time I get his current driver's license
Okay.
and certificate of insurance. Last year, I think, what,
that-
you only
is that a
plowed
motion to
once or
approve?
twice.
Oh, very much.
It wasn't much. Oh, and it's $80.
A trip,
A
right?
trip.
A trip.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, make a motion to approve that contract for $80 a trip. Do we have a second?
Second.
Brad, second, all in favor? Aye. Contract is approved. Carroll Township Plowing Agreement.
Okay, there's no document like this with Carroll. Ours is actually an intermunicipal agreement.
Okay.
And what we do every year is just renew it for like kind, and I think we're saying this year that it's $85 or $90 a round trip for plowing, and mainly it's Pine Hill.
Pine Hill and Dutchess Road.
Pine Hill and Dutch Center. But it's the same agreement we've had for years. And the one thing the agreement says, that every year we can renew, but it must be recorded in the minutes, the approval of the renewal. And then I have to send Carroll Township a letter stating the same.
Now, do they reciprocate
They
and send us the
do,
same
yes.
stuff back?
She'll send me like an email or a letter, whatever, yes. So and then she puts it on there.
Letter?
It probably isn't done yet because they have a new secretary, so I'm sure this will trigger it.
Yeah.
Is that all working out? Good enough? You wanna make the motion now? Okay, second?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. Plowing agreement with Carroll Township is approved. On to announcements. October 26th is our third budget meeting, right here at 6:30 p.m. It's this Thursday. And October 31st, which is Tuesday?
Yeah.
Tuesday, thank you. October 31st of next week, Tuesday of next week, is trick or treat from 6 to 8 p.m. November 7th, the planning commission meeting is canceled. It's rescheduled to November 8th. And that is always,
Election.
yeah, either way. So that, and that is always at 7:30 p.m. right here. You'll be there?
I'll
You'll be there. Election day is November 7th from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. November 10th is Veterans Day observance. The office will be closed. There will be no change in the trash collection schedule. November 13th is the Recreation Board meeting is canceled. Next meeting is January 8th in the new year. And then November 14th is the Supervisors Meeting at 7 p.m. right here. And then the last item is Marysville Rye Historical Society. The 2024 calendars are available for $10. That's here also. We have that. Okay, that takes us to approval and payment of the bills. Daisy, please.
General fund checks 17792 to 17809 in the amount of $8,882.77. No checks were voided. Payroll checks 8264 to 8268 in the amount of $4,309.96. Payroll checks 8269 to 8274 in the amount of $4,560.40. There were no payroll checks voided. Highway aid check 742 in the amount of $121,746.10, and there were no highway aid checks voided.
Okay, it looks like you were able to add a column for the items.
She got that done. I was working with her this morning. Would you believe? I got hold of her and I don't know if she forgot or what. She told me she couldn't do it for 2 weeks. Even after the meeting, I called I emailed her. She said, I really can't do this week or next week, but I'll get to it the following. Well, with budget and everything, I didn't get back to her right away, and finally got back to her, and she said, she didn't say she forgot, she said, leave your computer on, so I left it on. And then she was able to get in and work on it for me. So we were dealing with it this morning, but it looks good to me, and she fit it all on the same size paper, so,
Okay. Well, thanks for taking care of that.
yeah.
So, make a motion to approve payment of the bills. Do we have a second?
I'll second
John, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Bills are approved for payment. Thank you again for that, Daisy. Citizen participation at this time.
Yes. Anyone else go?
Huh?
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if I could get an update on the culvert replacement that you talked about for New Valley Road. I think it was near Tower.
Do you have one on that road?
Haven't got anything back from the engineer yet.
Didn't get anything back from the engineer.
Okay.
So-
If we haven't, that's
Yeah.
our update. Do we have a
I don't.
idea, feedback?
I would say anytime, he'll be getting stuff to
So I was wondering, like, what are they doing? I mean, I only knew you said about an investigation back a month or two ago.
Do you have the detail? Yeah, he was going.
Where are
There
we?
was an issue with his backing
I
up
don't know
and
if
I
that's the
think
right
flooding.
word,
Yeah.
but he was just going to have them go out and do a survey. From what I understood, to check the drainage in the area, how much drains, what area drains into that. How many acres approximately, how they, and then they can better tell you what size pipe, all of that stuff. I'm sure you know that, John, but that's what he was doing. He was getting Burkett to look into that.
I was gonna ask you. sort of-
Yeah, so he was waiting on him too. So, yeah, I know the survey's done, he did tell me that.
Survey's done.
Yes, the survey is done.
Is that a contracted amount, or are we just giving them a free rein here?
For the.
Yeah, for the work.
Not investigation, but.
I mean, normally you'd get a permit at the end. You do an investigation, you design it, for sizing a pipe, and then you
I
get a
don't believe we
permit.
have all the information yet. do we,
You
to
can't
the-
make that decision till you get, that's why you had to do that.
Mhm.
How far undersized is it, do we need a bigger, to make that decision, then I think you would give him more formal direction
Mhm.
as to.
Well, for now, it's an information gathering exercise.
Right, right, to see where we're headed with it, and the monies were put in the budget to hopefully get, I don't know how long it'll take for a permit. For a while, it's taken forever, so I don't know. But I think what you're gathering now is information, and then you can decide what you want to
Okay.
do.
Well, he's gonna be coming back to us for, if we even wanna pursue a permit, right? We need to
Right.
get
Oh,
the
yeah, no,
information.
he's
So
not gonna
this is a-
pursue.
Yeah, this is a ways down.
No, what we were thinking
Okay.
is trying to get, I thought what we had discussed before was trying to get some of the engineering in this year to proceed to get it on the ball early next year. And then, that's why the money was put in a little bit for that, from the art money. So, yeah, so you're just gathering now. Maybe he'll say, hey, it's really not that bad, leave it go. I don't know. No, I can't imagine that either, because there's a lot of water there.
Yeah, but probably by the next supervisor meeting, we're not gonna have, are we anticipating we'll have a?
I think you'll have
More
something from
information.
Max by then.
You might have.
Okay.
But whether you'll have time to really digest it and
Yeah.
decide,
Okay.
I think he'll be, because he told me, he said, I have to get that information to, summarize it to you, and he said, then I need to know what the board wants me to do. So he's not gonna move ahead to you tell him.
Okay.
Do we have an estimate of how much that's going to cost? Did they give you an estimate, between the engineer and the surveyor? How much does it cost to do the
For the
investigation?
project?
Well, for the
For the project?
investigation. Yeah.
That's just under general engineering.
This is whatever the engineering fees are for. the
Yeah,
agreed
that's
to
not that
engineering
big of
fees.
an expense that,
You sure?
for
Couple thousand?
the gathering of the information.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that'd be a couple thousand for a survey?
$1,000 is the cost of doing business. I mean, that's not gonna be like what the project is.
Okay.
Right.
You think a couple thousand isn't a whole lot, but a couple thousand is a lot for some
Well, no.
other things. So. That's what I'm
A
saying.
couple thousand is a lot in the right context, but
Mhm.
what we're doing right now, gathering the information,
I didn't know if you guys would say, here's your scope of work, trying to have a contract so
Well-
that he has a deadline or an idea of
Yeah, but-
how much it is, yeah,
You
They just let 'em go.
Project?
No,
or-
no, no, for
for the investigation.
engineering fees, I guess is what you're asking about, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
to investigate, but they,
No.
No, okay.
Yeah. Okay, was that,
yeah, that's good.
yeah, any other citizen participation? John?
Speaking on behalf of Ben Smith,
Mhm.
his father got in an accident. He couldn't be here tonight. He would like to have his township issued trash can back. He put his personal one out. I don't know what happened to his, but he asked me to say something.
I'm sorry, he had a township
Right.
provided one.
Correct. And it got
It went
taken.
missing?
Yeah, it's not there.
Did he indicate he thought the township took it? Or
I guess. I don't
This
know.
is news to us.
I don't know. Either that or it got flipped into the trash truck. I don't know.
Okay,
So
so
I don't know. He told me to say something. I just
he's just asking for another can?
yeah. Yep.
Oh,
He didn't have two cans because he only paid one trash bill.
Yeah,
no,
but if he
he's
doesn't
not,
have the can,
he's not asking to put out a second can.
No, he doesn't have a can. He put
Well,
his
it
he put
disappeared.
his own can out there right now.
All right, so he just wants a township. trash
Yeah,
can.
because he uses his back at his house for lumber and stuff. He has in his, in
Okay,
his
I'll give you
shop.
one up there tomorrow.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
No
was
problem.
that it?
That's it.
Oh, that was easy, thanks, John.
That was easy.
No problem.
Thanks, Dawn. Tell him I'll have you one up there tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you, Brad. Any other participation? Is that a raised hand or are you? Okay. Jackie, your name is on the list.
I don't have anything.
Okay, thank you. Well, hearing no further participation, this is a short meeting. I'll make a motion that we adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
Brad, second, all in favor? Meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. Appreciate the comments.
That was unreal.
There we go.